Hi, I'm Tommy Larkin. Welcome to the Tweak of the Week. Today we are looking at the legs in Virabhadrasana Dwi. You know, Warrior 2. Welcome back and thank you for joining me today. I'm going straight to the point today as we discuss the legs in the pose Virabhadrasana 2 as the setup for a strong foundation in the hips. By understanding the position, placement, and actions of the feet, plus an overall push-pull, expand-contract process, which creates external rotation in both thighs, we're able to arrange the femur bones with better alignment to the hips. As a result, the legs provide the structural support to give buoyancy to the belly region, which in turn lets the torso lengthen and the chest and shoulders broaden, thereby allowing the torso as a whole to feel lighter on the hips. Ultimately, the legs gain better strength and the quadriceps and adductors are not compromised into a negative dynamic tension with the hip flexors. This is simply because we don't allow our torso to sit on the hip joints. So let's get to the pose. The first thing to understand is how far the feet need to be apart from each other. Now there are two ways which can provide us with this measurement. The first is to stand in Tadasana and step the feet apart with the arms extended in a star-like position. The ankles should be aligned under the hands. The second method is measured from Anjana Asana, which is lunge pose. You can get to lunge from standing and stepping one foot back or from downward facing dog and stepping one foot forward. Once in the lunge, the front knee is aligned over the ankle with the thigh being parallel to the floor. The back leg is straight with the foot flexed so the sole is perpendicular to the floor. To set the feet from lunge, you simply rotate the back foot down so the toes are slightly closer to the front foot by about an inch. From the standing star-like position, you would rotate the front foot out 90 degrees and drop the back heel about 1 inch away from the front foot. From either starting point, we can move into a variety of standing poses. So it is great to be familiar with both of these ways of moving into and setting up our poses. So come to your mat in downward facing dog. Inhale and now exhale, step the right foot forward, placing it between the hands. Inhale, pivot the left foot down so it's slightly angled towards the front foot. Exhaling, draw the outer legs towards the hips. And inhaling, press the feet into the floor and spiral the chest open, extending the arms. Look at your right knee and make sure it is in line with your second toe. Don't let it knock in or flare out. As you continue to breathe, expand the right knee and left leg away from each other. At the same time, contract the inner thighs towards the belly. Maintaining this action, energetically push the feet into the floor and simultaneously pull the soles of the feet towards the belly. So we can have some semblance of the full pose, stretch the head away from the belly and expand the chest into the fingers. Look over your right hand, and this is Virabhadrasana 2. On the next exhale, either rotate back into lunge or straighten the front leg, rotate the feet parallel, and step them together. So the expand, contract, push, pull work we did today is a deeper breakdown of the leg's vital lines of energy, with more specific details due to the bent knee. So even thinking to yourself, inner legs to the feet, outer legs to the hips will be beneficial. This is a simplistic, quick way of saying it, but do remember, although we think the hips, the actions actually cycle from the navel region. Now, over the years, I've implemented and taught actions I originally learned, like spiral the front foot towards the pinky toe and tuck the sit bone under the hip. The back leg externally rotating away from the front foot to keep the back foot grounded firmly, particularly on the pinky toe. But after a time, I found myself overdoing these actions and not gaining any more deep benefits. So I started to break down these actions to work more efficiently in my own body. As the vital lines of energy in the legs started to take on new life, or a life of their own, I found in Warrior 2, if I integrated the depth of the actions, then they placed the legs into a neutral and correct alignment with the hips. Therefore, the external rotation of the thighs, which is needed to expand the front of the hips and lower abdomen, is created naturally by and through maintaining the front knee in line with the foot and integrating the expand-contract actions, which also stabilizes the femur bones in the hip sockets. The push-pull actions allow the legs to facilitate the ability to lift or lower the hips depending on the strength of the legs and flexibility in the hips. This in turn actually allows the joint to move with more freedom. Now, all of these actions work together to provide that buoyancy in the torso, which helps resist the urge to collapse in the hip joints. So there you go. I hope you gained some great benefits from today's work. If you have any questions about this tweak or any previous one, let me know. Put your question in the comments of the specific tweak and I'll get back to you. Also, if you like today's tweak, I'd really appreciate you hitting that like button below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Plus, check out the website and follow us on social media for other inspiration and great ways to increase your optimal vitality. You'll find those links in the description below. As always, thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, have an amazing week and be excellent to each other.